Hey guys, now that it's officially October, I wanted to do an organizing video on how I'm planning for Christmas. So I've already taken stock of my gift stash. I've seen what I have on hand. I know what I need to buy. So in this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about our Christmas traditions, how we celebrate Christmas in this house. I'm going to give you guys a look at the kids' Christmas gift list and also talk a little bit about our budget. So the kids generally make a gift list every year. We celebrate my son's birthday in mid-September. So by the time we've celebrated his birthday and we've celebrated my birthday, which is the 26th, my mind goes straight to Christmas. I can start focusing on what I need to get for Christmas, making their list, and kind of getting a budget together. So how we do Christmas in this house. Usually I set a $100 budget per kid, and in recent years that's worked out really well. My kids really don't ask for a lot, and they don't ask for a lot of expensive items. And if they do ask for an item that's a little bit on the pricey side, we usually go in with my in-laws and split the cost, or my in-laws will just buy that gift for them. So that's how we've done it in recent years. I also like to keep Christmas simple. I've realized that when my kids get too much, it's just too overwhelming. So when we keep it simple, they appreciate what they get a lot more. So I tend to stick to stockings for the kids, and then along with their stockings from us, they also get about 3 to 6 gifts under the tree that are wrapped and ready for them on Christmas morning. And of course they do get gifts from my in-laws as well. So this is my daughter's Christmas list. So they know not to expect everything on their Christmas list, and I let them know to put the items that they want the most at the top of their Christmas list so I can focus on those items. They never know what they're going to get off their Christmas list. It's always a surprise, but I try to focus on the things that they want the most. Since they only get about 3 to 6 gifts under the tree, I want them to be gifts that they're going to want and appreciate. So I went through my daughter's list and I kind of went over to see what would make great gifts for under the tree and what would make great stockings. For us, we do stockings probably a little bit differently than some other people. I don't like to get trinket toys for the stockings. I tend to get real nice gifts that are on the smaller side that will fit in the stocking. That's how I do stockings. My 4-year-old, he just had a birthday in August, so he's really not needing for anything. And of course, he's not asking for anything because he's only 4 and Christmas is still a new concept for him. So his list is not as extensive as his older siblings. He's only 4, so this is what I have for his list so far. For my 17-year-old, he's not asking for toys. He doesn't play with toys. Mainly what my 17-year-old asks for are bigger items that are a little bit more on the pricey side and video games. So the things that he wants the most, he put a check next to that. And then I just went through his list and see what I can also put in his stocking. And then my 9-year-old, his Christmas list, I did basically the same thing. I went through his list and made a note of what I thought would be great for his stocking and what would be great for a gift under the tree. This year, I'm going to increase our Christmas budget. Instead of $100 per kid, it's going to be $200. That is going to include main gifts that go under the tree and stockings. In previous years, the $100 budget would only include the main gifts, and then I would have a separate budget for stockings. This year, I'm trying to include everything in that $200, and I'm hoping that I can stick to that budget. So here is my little book that I'm making all my little lists in. So I'm trying to plan out my budget and trying to see how much I'm going to be spending on each kid. So this is my 17-year-old. I have a list of his main gifts, and then I have a list of his stockings, and I have the budget down here. For my daughter, Same thing, I have a list for her gifts and how much I would like to spend, and then her stockings, and then her budget. And then my 9-year-old son, his gift list and how much I'd like to spend, his stocking list, and then his budget. And then my 4-year-old, the same deal. All the gifts that I would like to get him, how much I'd like to spend on each gift, his list of stocking stuffers, and then the budget. I try to keep the budget equal across the board for each kid, but it doesn't always work out that way. I might end up spending more money on my 17-year-old, for instance, than I would for my 4-year-old. If I end up spending less than the $200 budget for my 4-year-old, but I end up spending a little bit more than $200 for my 17-year-old, I'll just take the extra money that I saved from my 4-year-old's budget and put it towards my older son's budget so that I can still stay within a budget overall. What's most important to me is keeping all the gifts even, so all the kids get the same amount of gifts to open under the tree, and all the kids get the same amount of stocking stuffers in their stockings. I'm going to be trying to shop all the sales that are coming out in the stores this month, and also on Black Friday, because I need my budget to stretch and I need to get the best deals and the biggest bang for my buck. So I'm going to try to make sure that I get things on sale and at a discounted price. This is the list I have of things that I've already bought the kids for Christmas, just so I can keep a running list to see what I already have, what I need to get, and how much I've already spent. So this is what the stocking stuffer list looks like. And then this is the main gift list. This is what will be wrapped and under the tree for them on Christmas. Again, keeping a list of everything that I've already bought so that I can know what I have left to buy, what I already have on hand, and how much I'm spending to keep track of my budget. I also made a Christmas list of people that I'd like to buy for this year. These are not necessarily people that I have to buy for. They're not necessarily people that are always on my Christmas list every year, like a few family members and friends and the kids' teachers and stuff like that. And that will give me an idea of where my extra money needs to go and who I have to buy for. I also have the list of people that I want to buy for this year in my book. This way I can actually write down what the gift item is and how much I'm spending, because I did put a budget up here of about $50 that I want to spend on all these people. I just get them small gifts, mostly edible items like boxes of chocolates or, specialized candy, stuff like that. And then we might be doing a couple of gift exchanges this year. I also wanted to make a list of that, and then a tentative budget so that I can know how much I'm spending, where the money's going, who I'm buying for, what the gift is, all of that good stuff. I do have a tendency to go overboard for the holidays. This way, having a budget keeps me in check and reins me in, so I'm not buying a whole bunch of stuff that the kids don't need, and I'm not wasting a ton of money on crap that they're not going to use. That's why I have their list. This way I can focus on the things that they really want and the things that they're going to use and love. Things that they've been asking for months or even for the past year. So I try to get those items first. And then the other little things on their list, I like to put in their stockings. So for me, having things written down really helps me out a lot. Because that way, when I'm buying the items, when I'm in the store and I'm price checking things, making sure that I'm getting a good deal, making sure that I'm sticking to my budget, having it right there written down helps keep me accountable, because we do have 4 kids we have to buy for. We're a 1-income family. I'm a stay-at-home mom, so we have a pretty limited budget, and we have a set amount that we can spend on Christmas. Having everything organized like this helps me keep track of everything. Basically, this is my budget breakdown from the month of October, starting the 10th up until right before Christmas, so around December 23rd. So this is how my mind works. Obviously, I have a lot going on because of the approaching holiday season. I have a budget of $200 for each kid for Christmas. That's including all their Christmas gifts that go under the tree, plus all their stocking stuffers that will be going into their stockings. So how I'm coming up with that $200 budget for each kid, I had to break it down by months, so that my brain could unload all of that and have it on paper. So this is what I have. I basically set my budget around my husband's pay periods and any extra money that we have coming in. For October, I have it for the 10th, 19th, and 25th. And then I put that I want to set aside for those 3 dates $100 for each specific date. That would be about $300 for the month of October. Going into November, same thing. That would be $300 for the month of November. And again, $300 for the month of December, right up until we hit Christmas. So that is the budget that I'm going to be working with for the holiday season, for Christmas gifts for my kids, and then for family and friends. And I think keeping track of it and putting it on paper will let me know, okay, this is how much money I have left for this kid. I should have about $800 for my kids. I have an extra $100 right before Christmas that I'm going to be using for family and friends gifts. Now, if I have to use money from my kids' budget to buy for things like teacher gifts, and of course anybody else, Secret Santas and things like that, if I have to use money from my kids' budget to pay for those gifts, I have this extra $100 right before Christmas that I can go ahead and use to replenish my kids' funds if I had to use it for other things, and get the remainder gifts that I need to get. Again, it's really helpful to write things down if you're a visual person like I am. Make sure that you have a budget, but also be realistic about your budget and like break it down so you can see where you're getting your money from. Where is this budget coming from? How are you getting the budget? How did you make the budget? Just so you're not like pulling money out of the air and saying, well, I'm going to have $500 for Christmas. Where's the $500 coming from? This is definitely a realistic budget for us. This is where the money is coming from, and this is how I'm going to be utilizing our Christmas budget or Christmas funds to purchase Christmas gifts for my kids and for other people this year. So I hope this helped you guys out a little bit and gives you an idea of how we celebrate Christmas, what we're doing for Christmas this year, and also what our budget looks like for our 4 kids. If you guys watched the video, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.